I want to address one very important angle that is being introduced by our so-called opinion makers. They are communalizing this issue by saying that Aryan Khan is being targeted because of his faiths and
Mhm,
because of his father's faith. What do you
mhm.
have to say about this?
Well, as I explained to you, the facts state the contrary, right? I mean, it's not because of that, and it's very interesting that ultimately, as a public figure and being one of the most popular Indians, uh, every side apparently would want to use him, right? So the ones who are using him are the same people that he gets trolled by since the last 1 decade, when he has the Ganesh Chaturthi rituals in his home. It's an open, you can check it, Google. He's the most one of the most famous movie stars in the world. At that time, he's not Muslim enough for them, right? And I remember a decade back, when he was asked a question about the debate at that time about intolerant India, how his words were misconstrued, right? He spoke about the fact that if you are not secular enough, you're not a patriot, and it applied to all communities, right? I mean, here's a person whose public life is personal life is known to everyone, his marriage to someone not from his faith, and the way he's generally brought up his kids, and his his comments on religion. In fact, to all these people, actually, I would quote Shah Rukh Khan himself, to which, once the intolerant debate happened 7 years back, and you had these vultures masquerading as these journalists, and you had some voices from across the border who are terror voices telling him, why don't you come here? And he gave a very good rebuttal, and I would like to quote Shah Rukh, where he said, I would like to tell all those who are offering me unsolicited advice that we in India are extremely safe and happy. We have an amazing democratic, free, and secular way of life. We have no safety issues in the environs of my country, India. It is irksome for me to clarify this non existent issue. So, to both the sides of the extreme, one who's trying to bring up the religious identity to play their politics, and the other side, which is just now because of the identity and his fame, wanting to pull him down with all these boycott calls, and giving him a guilty verdict by just sheer association. That is his answer. So there you have it in his own words, and you know. Ultimately the sense of balance is missing. You ultimately people like Shah Rukh, Sachin, who have defined the 90s and even beyond that, they are beyond religion for the average Indian. When the Muslim kid picks up the bat and wants to bat like Sachin, he's not thinking about his religion. When the Hindu kid wants to be the next Rahul like Shah Rukh, he's not thinking about his religion. They are beyond religion, not beyond critique. But please, let's have that kind of dignity to people who brought laurels to the country, who themselves don't see themselves as in these faiths. They've gone beyond that, and that is that is the symbolic um, statement by India. So that is what I would like to say. And at the end of the day, please stop concentrating on the 23-year-old. I'm not saying that you don't be critical about it, but you need not be overtly offensive, overtly defensive about it. He's a father at the end of the day, right? As I said, he is an emotion for India. So all those questions are ridiculous. You don't even need to entertain them, right? He's answered it for you. So that dignity he deserves for a person who has entertained for 30 years, who you go to so many countries, and he's the star who everybody wants to appropriate, and he's worn his Indianness on his sleeve, right? The country has been great to him and celebrated him, but so has he. So when you get trolled by both sides of the extreme, then I think it's just the place he is, where right now they're just fulfilling their political agendas. It is important the people come out and take on these extremes, because majority of India is not like that. I'll just tell you a small anecdote. I was just walking in my society, and my watchman, he's a big IPL fan. So I was just saying, so who you supporting today? And he said, I'm a Shah Rukh fan, and I love KKR. And he said also, I'm feeling bad, his son is currently in jail. That's India. He is not filled with all this poison. He doesn't know what the case is and all that. So leave all that to the judiciary, but concentrate on the larger angles. And whoever is bringing in this religion issue, show them their place and just move on, and uh, work on the larger things that this issue can help us solve. For example, the larger international drug terror networks, which even UN has spoken about.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.